ever tried to change yourself for the better and failed? Have you done it over and over again and then gave up trying? We all do. I myself have given up more times midway than stuck to something for life. But what if I tell you your failure to take action and stick to your plan was never a problem with you, but a problem with your strategy? The strategy that most of the world uses and talks about. And what if the science about human behavior, willpower, and the brain suggested a better alternative for sticking to your positive new habits? Welcome to the world of mini habits. Trust me, what I'm going to talk about is not another fad or fashion, but a very powerful strategy for building lifelong habits. Big intentions are worthless if they don't bring results. For example, I can say that I will exercise for 2 hours every day, but if I never do it, the size of the intention does not matter. Here are two facts to consider. 1. Doing a little bit is infinitely better and bigger than doing nothing. 2. Doing a little bit every day has a greater impact than doing a lot on one single day. How much greater, you ask? Profoundly greater, because a little bit every day is enough to grow into a lifelong foundational habit, and the benefits of building something lifelong spills over to other areas of your life as well. So, what is a mini habit? Mini habits are very small habits for which the expectations are so low that you can do it every single day without fail, and it takes almost no effort or energy. Examples: playing a piano for 3 minutes, reading one page a day, or meditating for 2 minutes a day. Such habits can be maintained because they are far too easy. You're more likely to maintain a lifelong habit of doing one push up a day than, say, 25 push ups a day. This is because these actions are too small to fail and too small to skip for special occasions. Even if you are bedridden, you can turn around and finish a push up on the bed. See, such small actions serve dual purposes. One, it sparks you to do more. Second, it actually becomes mini habits. One of the biggest problems we have is that we expect too much from ourselves, and as a result of these high expectations, we sometimes don't get anything done. You might expect to go to the gym to work out 1 hour, but what happens when you have only 40 minutes in hand on a certain day? You make it an excuse to skip it because the goal was to go to the gym for 1 hour. So instead of 1 hour, you settle for 0 minutes. This is a wrong approach, and this is where the mini habits come handy. When I said playing a piano for 3 minutes, reading one page a day, meditating for 2 minutes, you might think this is unproductive. You might think reading just one page of a book every day would not amount to much, or you would not get anywhere. But that is not entirely true. The idea is by doing something very small daily, you succeed in building a lifelong habit, which is much more powerful in the longer run. Building a lifelong habit of 2 minute meditation is more powerful than a few irregular days of meditating for 20 to 30 minutes. Also, the other benefit of starting a mini habit is that often you do more than what you commit. If one push up is your mini habit, some days you would end up doing 10 push ups depending upon your energy and motivation that day. That is why mini habits work so well. And when you do not have the time or energy on certain days, you do the mini version. This way, you get something done every day and there is no guilt afterwards. But often you will find that the mini version expands into longer versions. On some days, your motivation will be high and you might go much longer. So, to answer your question, it's no. When you have mini goals, it doesn't mean you are unproductive. We all know about Newton's first law. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion, objects at rest tend to stay at rest. This is what mini habits help us achieve. Because there is so less commitment needed for the mini habits, it's almost as hard to stop as it is to keep going. Starting something is often the biggest problem to have when it comes to productivity. But once we start and gain a bit of momentum, it is easier to keep on going. If you have to sit to write 10 pages every day for a book, the thought itself is daunting. But if you commit to something that is super easy, like writing 2 lines per day, it won't be as daunting. And you might be motivated to write much more than 2 lines on a day. But if you're not motivated at all, you still got yourself to write 2 lines, which is more than nothing. And this type of minimalistic approach will get you more results in the long run than the typical approach. Let me show you how a typical or a regular habit works. So, for example, you might pick a longer habit, which is like meditating for 20 minutes a day, and you pick that up with a lot of excitement and motivation. So on day 1 you meditate for 20 minutes. On day 2 you again pull yourself up to meditate for 20 minutes. On day 3 life happens and you skip it. On day 4 you feel guilty and you pick yourself up again. On day 5 you do not show up. On day 6 you do not show up. On day 7 you again pull yourself up and show up. And then once you have seen the pattern of inconsistency, you gradually give it up. And then you never ever do that again. So the habit unfortunately is not set. But if you commit to a mini habit, the expectations is very low. So low that it is super easy to do it every day. And some days you do more. Let me show you here. Day 1, it's a mini habit, so you do it. Day 2, you do it. Day 3, you do it. There's no reason not to do it, right? And on day 4, you may have more energy and motivation, and you might do much more than what the committed effort is. And the same on day 5. On day 6, you are not have the energy or motivation, so you stick to the basic minimum. Day 7 you do much more. Day 8 you do much more, and that's how the pattern is. So eventually on a day 100 you're still at it, doing the barest minimum, and on occasions you also do more than what is committed. So after watching this, I have an actionable task for you. Find out which is that one thing that you have been procrastinating all your life and pick it up. Make the habit so small that you never have the problem to start it. It could be anything. It could be studying, it could be building a business, exercising, writing a book, meditating, or cleaning your house. Make the goal so small that you cannot fail. And once you're able to do it, do let me know. Hope you liked this episode. If you liked it, do subscribe, because more people subscribe, the more I'm encouraged to come up with more valuable content for you all. I will see you again in the next episode soon. Bye bye for now.